A funny thing happened on the way to the lectern. Gopu said he needed the name of the title of the speech, and so I immediately responded because I knew was prepared. I had a topic, which is always the greatest difficulty. Lo and behold, that afternoon the mail came, and in the mail was your Toastmaster magazine for the month. And on page 28 is an article called "Who Deserves Your Appreciation Today?" And I almost died. I thought, oh, well, egads, everybody's going to be reading this article, and there goes my speech. But what the article says is worth repeating, and in case you haven't read it, I'm going to give you the speech anyway. All right, so we're talking about gratitude. We're talking about giving thanks. But we're also talking about getting gratitude in return for a deed, something that we had done. What set me on this path down to this speech was just recently, our church is going to have a bazaar again. And being a Norwegian church, they always make lefse. And I happen to know I've seen it made, my daughter makes it, kind of thing. So I've never ever volunteered to do this before, but one day I decided I could do this. So I went down and in the morning and I spent 4 hours rolling out potato dough into little circles that they fried so that they could have lefse. Afterwards, and the gal who was in charge of it, said thank you, and it was a great experience, kind of thing. But afterwards, about a week later, all of a sudden in the mail, I got a little letter with thank you expressed by the person who was in charge of the project. And it's not the first time somebody's ever sent a thank you note to me, kind of thing, but for some reason or other, this really struck me as, if that person were to ask me to do something, I'd say yes. Because that person showed appreciation for the fact that I had taken time and effort to do something that was important to them. So there's two aspects of this. One is that you need to be aware and to stop and think about saying thank you for even little things. And the other thing is getting it back of going out and doing things that are worthwhile for other people. One of the things that really strikes me about this particular club, and I think you have to be in a position like I am, where next month I'm going to disappear for the next 3 months, and you're gone. But you people communicate mainly by email. So that does not exclude me. So even though I don't get to come to the meetings, I know a lot about what's going on in Toastmasters up here by watching the emails going back and forth. And the thing that really strikes me the most about this club is your willingness to help. Somebody sends out a note saying, oh golly, I can't take the role of grammarian this week because I've got a meeting like this. Within a very short period of time, somebody pipes up and says, I'll take it. Now that doesn't happen quite as quickly when somebody's supposed to be the speaker. But on the other hand, usually somebody does step forward even in that role. And I understand that. I don't volunteer to be the speaker to fill in for somebody either. I mean, I wait, okay, I'm assigned, so now I'll do it. Because it is a bigger commitment of time. Besides which, what are you going to speak about? That's always the first problem. The other thing that really strikes me about this club that I'm really thankful for, and I'm up here now to say thanks to you people, that the creative ideas that flow from this group of people, I am a sponge. I have no problem stealing good ideas from anybody and everybody I can possibly find. And I'm always amazed. Well, the other day when Kelly was passing out the rocks, and Christy and Kelly are probably some of the most imaginative people in this club, who are forever and a day going outside of the bounds and talk about thinking outside of the box. I don't think they're ever in the box. They're always outside of the box. But that's really good. The other aspect of this club is you stop to think about it, and if you talk to, and some of you belong to other clubs, so that you know from personal experience, how many of them take on projects like the Relay for Life and support it, or the kettles, and do this for your fellow man. It's not in the mandate. In fact, it was interesting, I heard was down to hear the international president when he was in town the other day for the open house, and he spoke about the fact that it's not in the rules of Toastmasters. However, as a local group, we can do as we darn please. So if we want to get involved and support cancer, the fight against cancer, or if we want to go and ring the kettlebells for the Salvation Army, we can do that. We live in a free society, so we can do that. And I thank you for you being the kinds of people who are willing to give of your time and effort to somebody else. I think that having gratitude heaped upon you at one point in time really makes you change your attitude towards others. I highly recommend that you read that article. It's extremely well written, far beyond anything I would have ever written. So find an opportunity to show gratitude. You'll be glad you did.